after, so I wouldn't, or people can come up and speak with them too.
Okay. We're scheduled for 5 more minutes in the room.
Any questions?
Are there other similar initiatives using different sports as vehicles with the youth in your country?
There are many other sports.
Stone, excuse me for interrupting. Could you stand up, please? And then would you mind repeating your question just so they can hear in the back?
Want to stand up too?
I'd love for you to. That'd be great.
I am standing. Are there any other initiatives similar to what you're doing in Uganda, utilizing other youth sports? Using kind of the same model?
Yeah, I mean, what you're asking is really, we have other sports, but I mean, the model is just starting to spread. It has not been there, but we are trying to make sure that it enters all sports, because we're just touching a very small fraction of that. But if all sports, even we are trying to take the international sports connection philosophy into basketball, so if it works out, we don't know after that where next, but we are trying. On an individual basis, we meet with the coaches, because as you say, I'm the head of the technical team. When we have our meetings, usually I try to spread, and I solely to compare to what we can do, sports connection, to train and teach, and then empower these guys to go more sports and then trade.
Thank you.
Question here. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a question for Jim. On your Sports Connection website, is there a way for to do like Facebook sort of thing where you can share information just freely and openly? Or say for instance research articles, you could just put it up there, or put up some of your training programs and just stuff like that to share information, since that's what it's all about.
Lisa?
Well, we have a website, Facebook page. So right now, more and more of our participants said they had Facebook accounts so that they could upload and things like that. But again, the high-speed internet isn't really existent there, so we don't really have a blog section. We
Would it
do
be
have a
hard?
Facebook page. It could be.
Is it hard to upload videos and stuff as well to use for training purposes then with the slow internet connection?
Yes, I would say it's difficult there.
If you're using like iPod type resolution, it would work if people have good internet access. But I'd be interested in talking to Timur your ideas. Any questions for?
I have 2 quick comments, if I may, just to finish up. One, congratulations to this group, all of you. There are very few international partnership projects where both sides benefit so much. And this is one of the rare occasions where it's just transformational on both sides of the ocean. And it takes a lot of effort to do that, and I congratulate you all. And secondly, not to take away from our guests, but my colleague Saeed is in the back, who has organized very similar programs around Somali diaspora populations within Somalia. And so you all might want to connect afterward before everybody can, before everyone heads out, or if people have questions about what's going on locally as well.
Jens, could I just make a comment? Are you okay? Get it off the table. One of the things that might have been even lost in the translation is that looks like a really lush field, but it's anything but. And I think sometimes if you look at this, their facilities, half the time, women and men would come in 2 different shoes. I mean, I probably should have had some better pictures just to show you the culture, because it's almost like we have the best of the best pictures up here, and that's not anything what it's like. I mean, most of us would break an ankle on that field. They're either playing barefoot or in 2 different shoes. One's a dress shoe, one might have been a flip-flop. So it's a culture you just can't even wrap your head around until you're there. But part of this is giving them tools within their own environment. So one of the things we did was we designed Gatorade by using sugar cane, water, and some small sodium solutions. They can't afford Gatorade over there. And yet we know the use of Gatorade in tournaments, and Elsie certainly has put that to task over there, where she replaces, her team is using that during halftime and during games and things like that. So, part of this is I want you to understand is that we can't take American culture and just drop it in over there. We have to bring things that they can actually use. And part of my drive, and Elsie and I are trying to work on this, is getting actual shoes and shin guards to players. I mean, things you just assume they're all showing up to practice in, and boy, they really don't have that. And you can't just send it. I can't just send it to her. I have to send it with Jen's because the government is so corrupt. If I just put it in an airplane, she's never going to see it. I mean, they'll just resell it to somebody. So, I mean, I just want you to embrace this culture they're coming from. It's not about having the mosque up on the hill in a lush environment. You've got garbage piles burning on the side of this field that you're inhaling the entire time you're doing soccer clinics up there. So it just almost looks too pretty. But Jim's is such a pretty guy that he does that, you know, that's his template. So, yes. So, I don't know.
We have one more question.
Just going off Stacy Ingram's comment, I was just wondering, with limited resources, could you say maybe some stuff that you do with those limited resources if you don't have a soccer ball, or just what kind of things that you do?
Well, so talk about how you can't use those balls on a regular. No,
Oh, you mean the
yeah.
Well, I mean, because of the ground. But his question is, what did you say?
With limited resources,
Yeah.
How do you accomplish your
Well,
training?
we do what we can with what we have. And what we do is if the team has one ball, then we play it. But what we are looking at is what is the coach's philosophy? What does he want to pass on? The boys come for the ball because they want to play. You can make them in 4 teams, this one's coming. But what are you trying to pass on? Because with one ball, as you see, you will never develop their skills to the top. But what can you do with what you have for them to benefit? Because the question now remains to you as a coach. That's why when International Sports Connection comes in with teaching, mental, leading, and managing, now you can see there's everything you can do. But I mean, this ball you can take it, but it will take a few days, and then it's because of our grounds and facilities. But that doesn't stop. You have to continue. Yeah. But as you said, it can't last long.
And we are at time. I know some of you have places to be. Thank you so much for coming on a Friday. We really appreciate the great turnout. Thank you all.